Hey, bless up everyone. Hope everything is going well. Hope everything is going to your liking. I felt inspired to make this video because I have a few concerns and predictions that I see coming up in the next 6 months to a year. I'm watching the increased spending. I'm watching people really not paying attention to the economy, paying attention to the dynamics of debt. And I want you all, especially as we go into this holiday season, into this new year, I want you to come through 2024 victorious. I want everything that you do, everything that you think about, be blessed. Granted, many will come through 2024 very victorious. Many will come through it and in the amount of prosperity that they have never witnessed in their life. They will come through in an amazing fashion. But for many, everyday working Americans, everyday working people, some of our people that we would consider poor or average will have some struggles. We're watching a bunch of things stack up against us. We're watching interest rates. They are slowly subsiding. They are slowly leveling off. I don't think this is the end. I think they will still kind of adjust up and down, but I don't see no significant drop. The job market, I think it's going to change. Typically every year you'll watch as we go into a new year a lot of job loss. I think we're going to probably have a little bit more. My concern is also we're watching a lot of people depend primarily on the internet for their source of income. That concerns me. Regardless, the feds will have their way, people. Understand, the feds will have their way. If everyone shift and become entrepreneurs and everybody find out a way that they can make money online, there will be interruption coming if that's the case. Regardless, money will be attacked and it will have to circulate. So my concern is with student debt, with increased credit card debt. So I want to give you a few key strategies that you can do to try to mitigate some of those situations. I just want to share a few things through my experience that I have witnessed that has been beneficial and helped us through this process. So let's go and let's jump into it. One of the things is the 101 in raising and having a family and having your own home is budgeting, tracking your expenses. I know it's frustrating, I know it's aggravating, but also not only track your expenses, I want you to write down every single thing that you're going to spend your paycheck or your source of income on. I want you to write down and build a budget for yourself. First, I want you to prioritize your money. What do I mean by prioritize? What comes first? Food. Food comes first. Shelter. Your utilities. All of that. Then transportation. I want you to stick with it now. Then later on, all of the credit card debt, and then followed by student. I know this is not what some people want to hear, but I'm telling you survival mode. When I didn't have any money, any source, anything coming on, if we had food, we had a place to stay, we had some electricity, something to keep us cool or something to keep us warm, somehow we seem to make it. Now, when you have putting credit cards, student loans above, or even cars above your house, above your food, above your utilities, you're gonna have some problems. Just keeping it real. You gotta prioritize your budget. Doesn't mean you don't pay these things off, but what you gotta do, you gotta, if you're in critical condition, you gotta stabilize the patient. You gotta stabilize your budget. That's number one. A lot of people talk about emergency funds. Most people that are financial strapped, most people that's financially struggling, they cannot save 6 months in their brains, but you can save 6 months to a year. You got to be creative. If you the kind where you see money sitting around, you know money is in your bank account or you have accessibility to money, diversify what you're doing, which leads me into the next point. Diversify your emergency account, diversify your side money, diversify a lot of different things. Now, some people think about, when they hear about diversification, they think about real estate, they think about stocks, they think about all these mutual funds and bonds, they think about all this stuff. Did you not know whatever people need, invest in? So just say you had some food, some canned goods. Just say you had something you know that, I'm not talking about pork and beans. I'm talking about people that your neighbors would buy. Things that you see your neighbors buying on a routine basis. Things that will not go awry within a period of time, but things you can trade with, barter, or sell. And sell it at more than what you purchased it for. So if there's shoes, baby clothes, if there's food products, if there's coins, precious metals, if there's things that is not that easy to just go and obtain money, that way you just won't spend it, but it's a process. That's a great way to save. If you are a spender like myself, I might invest in some silver and buy some silver coins and just say, hey, every time I get paid, I'm gonna buy some silver coins and put them to the side. That's something that I just can't readily go down to the convenience store or go to the gas station and just deposit. And it's a process that I would have to do to exchange that for money or for resources. So it slows down the process to give me enough time to think before I liquidate them. That's another strategy. Make sure that you utilize some of this internet. Sell clothes. If you don't have enough money to sell clothes, consider taking pictures of some items and then working out. Just say you have someone who has a car on the side of the road for sale. You test drive the car, you check out the car, and then you know you're not going to buy the car, and then what you do, you say, hey, this is a good product, it's a good price, and then you say, hey, can I sell this car for you? Or you just sell the car, and when you sell the car, you buy the car, and then you take your money on top of it, and then you turn around and sell it to the person. You don't have to look at it as a car. You can look at it as clothes. You go into a store, you like an item, it's on sale, you find a discount item, you take a picture of that item, you put it on either eBay, on Amazon, you put it on some type of platform and you sell it. Be creative about what you're doing. Think about ways that you can earn income and earn a profit. So diversify your sources of income. Just because you're working 12 hours a day do not mean you can't have another source of income. If you don't have enough money to invest in real estate or other things that can provide you a source of residual income, find ways to make that money in a legal fashion. Okay. Another thing, stay educated. Pay attention to the economy. Pay attention to the numbers. Pay attention to the stats. If jobs are not out there available, hold on to your job, because you know they're going to be very tight with hiring if there's fewer jobs. So you're going to have more people looking for jobs and less people hiring. Public transportation. You're paying the taxes every time you buy something. Take advantage of the public transportation if you can. If you can, carpool. If you live in rural areas and you know you got some co-workers that live in the same vicinity as you, consider carpooling, consider starting. Is this stuff convenient? Is this stuff ideal? No, but it can get you through some hard times. What if you carpool for 6 months out of a year? You can save a lot of money by co-sharing the cost. Utilize community resources. A lot of the nonprofit, the religious organizations, a lot of the food pantries, they have a lot of different things that are available to you. Your Red Cross, a lot of your community, nonprofit associations. Families, do not have your family starving. Men, do not be so prideful that you do not go to some of these food banks or some of these places and utilize some of these things. Don't let your pride get in the way. Been there, done that. It's all about survival. Keep that in mind. Affordable housing options. I get it. You want the best of the schools. You want the best of this and you want the best of that. If you have a clean, safe place that you can find that's cheaper, please find it. There are some times you got to think outside the box. You got 2 people in your household working and y'all struggling, barely making it. Maybe you want to live outside of your area and have one person take care of the kids rather than sending everybody to daycare, especially if you got multiple kids in daycare. You got multiple kids in diapers and you're paying these extreme fees for daycare. Consider homeschooling for a short period of time. There's a lot of resources out there. Do your research and information. Get your skills up. If you're out of work, you don't you had a plant closure, or you just got let go. There are resources out there. There's resources out there that you can go and you can pick up a trade. Pick up a trade that people will always call you and use, and things that cannot be taken away from you. Please excuse my nose. I'm out here and it's cold and I am freezing. Let's go. Let's ride. Let's continue to go. Utilize digital tools for saving. These are the things that I'm talking about. You got eBay. You got a lot of different platforms. Build your website. You got Etsy. You got all these different things that you can be creative. There's no reason for you to have a stove and can't cook any products, make any products, buy some art supplies, be creative. Sell them on Etsy. Sell them online. If you got a camera, you got a phone, take some pictures. Consider uploading and selling some of your photographs of some unique things. Like, for instance, you have what people would pay for artwork, clip art, click art. Some things you do in your everyday life. It may be walking down the city street. Just make sure you don't have pictures of people who may sue you, but you might just have a picture of your expression, waiting in line, your expression, sitting at a table, your expression, or riding a bus. You'll be amazed that people will pay for some of those pictures. So do your research, look at it. So come up with some strategies. These are some things that I want to encourage you to do. And if you're, one thing I noticed that I saw some single moms do, they created a fund. There were single moms inside of projects. What they did, they had their own food pantry. They had their own savings. And if any one of the mothers came into a struggling time, they would be able to utilize some of those resources, and then they'll go back and they restack the resources for any time of emergency. You can also do those same things if, with a like mind, those mothers, have you ever considered maybe buying a larger home altogether, compiling all of your resources, buying a larger home, a 7-bedroom, 5-bedroom home, and buying it together, and then co-sharing and cohabitating in that space, whether it's leasing or renting. If you want to get out of those projects, you want to get out of that hood, compile your resources together, look for ways, creative ways to change your environment, to change your situation. So these are a few things that I'm hoping that will be helpful to you as you run into these challenging situations. Do not allow these holidays, do not allow people's opinions to put you in a bad financial situation. Do not allow your pride to put you in a bad financial situation. Because one thing about it, you got to live with yourself. You got to live with your circumstances. The people that may judge you, the people that may have opinion about you, they're not taking care of you. They're not paying your bills. And just remember, this is only temporary. This is only temporary. I might have to sell my car. I might have 2 cars. I might have to let 1 car go. But it's only temporary. That's all. This is not a long-term situation. You can break the cycle, but you got to get uncomfortable. You got to do what the average won't do. When you do what the average won't do, you have results that the average don't have. So just keep that in mind. Be patient, y'all. Just don't put yourself in a stressful situation if you don't have to, based on some kind of social status. It's okay to adjust. It's okay to be creative and look for some creative ways, but just be mindful of what you're doing. Be thoughtful, be intentional, and ask somebody who's been through what you've been through. And you might not do it exactly that way, but it may inspire you to do something or to try something that you never tried. And who knows, it might just lead to your success. So don't give up, keep pushing forward. And it's easy to quit. Go through the process. Go through that. They build endurance and they build knowledge, which equates to wisdom. So I hope y'all be blessed. Continue to take care of each other, continue to love each other. And I'm hoping that this was something that may be useful in your life or someone else's life. Look forward to your comments below. Y'all take care. Until the next time, stay blessed, and don't forget to keep on growing.